Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to assemble a model kit. Also, I'm here to start working on a brick kit. And I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 Blue emote into chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. If you feel like being a lurker, go ahead and lurk. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Happy to have you here. We are currently at 30 subscribers. The goal is to get to 40. I shut up about how many subscribers I have when I hit 40 until February 6th, when I then talk about how many subscribers I have, because on February 6th, let me bring this up here, I've got a subathon. I'm going to be building some a Lego set and a model kit, both small kits. The model kit's Pokemon. The Lego, I don't remember what the Lego is, but it's small and cute. I don't remember what it is. I'm sorry. And then I'm going to do some karaoke and show off the many dumb mods I have in Fallout 4. And then I've got some Joshi wrestling to watch, and if I hit 90 subscribers, hey, Lord Crashing said, on February 6th, if during that stream I hit 90 subscribers, then I will drink a combination of Dr. Pepper and milk called Dr. Pilk. I don't like Dr. Pepper. I'm not the biggest fan of milk, and I bet I will hate it. And that is February 6th. There'll be a bunch of stuff. Also Hearthstone and some other things just while we're hanging out. We might check in on, we might have Cast and Chill running in idle mode just to hang out. That's IDLE, not IDOL. I don't believe there are any idols in that game, but idle is the mode you can do where it just fishes for you. And we might do that. I bought some gear in that game with in-game currency, of course, not with paid currency, but with stuff. The loop of that game. You catch fish, you buy better equipment to catch better fish, you buy better equipment to catch better fish, you get awards for catching big fish. That's that game. It's fun. Let's go to the overhead camera. As you can see here, we've got the Wing Gundam Zero real grade. It is fully assembled here. I have to panel line the shield, which is also the cockpit of the plane, because the Neo Bird mode needs to get made. So we will do that. We will panel line this, and then we'll shove this on here. If you have not been on the stream in a little while, I do have a new adapter for my overhead camera. I have a new breakout box, and I am loving it. I am loving how this looks right now. It is very clean and clear, and the difference, there is literally very little difference between the image that you are being presented and the image with my eyes, what I see. I'm very pleased with that. So just bragging. No, but I got a new breakout box adapter for it. So I'm going HDMI mini to HDMI, because that's the mini is the plug on there, and HDMI plugging into this breakout box, USB 3.1 going to to my computer, and then basically nothing being done on OBS's end. OBS is doing nothing other than flipping the image. Or flopping the image, I guess would be the better way to say that. Because the camera is like, it would look like this if the camera was true. But I have it flipped, so it looks like this. So you can see what I see. I used to not do that because I don't know why, but it felt weird to do it the other way, to do it this way. And then someone was like, "What if you flipped it?" And I was like, I do like that better. You're not wrong. So that's what we do now around here. Let's start panel lining. I want to tell you that I called an audible, and I am changing next Tuesday's stream. Next Tuesday's stream will be a wrestling investigation series, which I know that doesn't sound like I'm saying anything. Originally, we were going to be looking to get or at least get some of, if not all of, the achievements I haven't gotten yet in Leave It Alone. Just because I thought it would be fun. I haven't gone back to Leave It Alone, and I figured, like, oh, that'd be kind of neat. So that was the original plan for Tuesday. That's how we're going to end the last, bonus stream of January. But then an announcement got made, a thing that started making its way through the various internet forums talking about wrestling, is that a thing that we've known existed for a while, but a new wrinkle. I'll explain. While I panel line, I will tell you about the WCW Internet Power Disc. And one of the things that was on it, which is the Cyber Ring. That's one word, intercapped R. Cyber Ring, 2 R's in there. So what this is a CD that came with WCW magazine that you put in your CD-ROM drive on your computer. Not Cyber Ring, no, Cyber Ring. So that's 2 R's in there, so it's not Cyber in. So you got this, and you put it in your CD-ROM, and it was little videos of intros about professional wrestlers, some of whom also had videos where they were promoting their own merchandise and showing off the merchandise. Also, this CD-ROM had, let's see here, biographies, match highlights, merchandise promos, show intros for some shows, so it was some highlights of some stuff. Also, a character called the Hacker, who, as far as I know, only appears in this video, is just a character named the Hacker as like a framing device as why this information exists, is the Hacker was collecting because the Hacker was observing people. That's right, 1999, the Hacker. So you could only watch these videos online. If you bought this for a PC and loaded a PC that was not online, the videos didn't work because it had to go and, I'm looking this up, the disk used a proprietary encryption system called PaveEncrypt, developed by UIT. Decryption keys were served from a remote server that went offline in 2000 when the company that made that dissolved. So with no keys stored on the disk and no offline fallback, the contents became permanently inaccessible. So this was lost media. Now, to be fair, people there were ways to get some of this online. Previously, some people, when this was still a service, had hooked up their computers to a TV VCR and recorded it onto VHS tape, and then that was digitized at some point. But not all of the disc was done with that way. So there was a bunch of stuff on here that was up until literally yesterday, literally yesterday, there was a bunch of this was just lost media. And I haven't gotten to the most interesting aspect of it, which I will in a moment. But yes, this now is on Internet Archive. I have torrented the Internet Archive stuff. I now have access to it, so I will be able to play it locally. I do not have to do that. Basically, the encryption, a repeating key byte subtract cipher, was broken through static binary analysis of the direct show filter and known plain text cyber analyst exploiting the structure of MPEG-1 programmed streams. I don't know what the fuck any of that means. People cracked it and they got the video off there. They got the encryption, so then they were able to take the videos and extract them into a file format that is viewable by people. Here's the thing that is in there that we haven't talked about. We talked about the WCW Internet Power Disc CD-ROM, which is again, match highlights, wrestler biographies, merchandise promos, show intros. The thing that is in there that has been the white whale, the reason why people wanted to crack this is because up until now, there was not good quality footage of the Cyber Ring matches. And again, that's Cyber Ring. It's intercapped. Capital CYBER, capital RING. Cyber Ring matches. These were matches that were recorded in front of a blue screen. And then they put weird effects behind it to make it look futuristic. And there's canned audio of crowds cheering because these matches were not recorded in front of an audience. And there's commentary, and you hear in at least one of the matches, Larry Zbyszko talking about not only seeing the future, but being in the future. And it's great. Are these great wrestling matches? I bet they're not. I haven't seen them. But we're going to look at matches recorded in front of a blue screen and see how that fucking works out. I have, again, pulled this. I have this already, and we're going to look at that on Tuesday. I had to call an audible because I want to look at this. Now, could I have done an emergency stream like yesterday, or could I made this the thing we did tonight? Yeah, sure, I could have done that. I know that Tom Green, not that one. Not the Tom Green you're thinking of. The one that makes videos about wrestling, Tom Green, is a different one. That Tom Green already did a video on this, so I'm late to the party, but, you know. We got to look at all this. I don't know. We got to see the biography of Arn Anderson, DDP telling us about a hat that he has for sale. There's a bunch of stuff. There are at least one, if not, I believe there are, no, I'm sorry. There are, I believe, 3 Slim Jim ads, because of course there were Slim Jim ads on there. Scotty Riggs is in there doing his thing. There's a promo from Sting. Sting selling merchandise. That's great. There's something called Surge.mp4, which I believe is not about the drink and is instead about a wrestler named Surge. I'm pretty sure, but we'll find out. Surge also may have been the name of something else. And then there's also, I don't know how many matches, but I believe there are at least 2 matches. Again, cyber matches. There's a Nitro Girls video in here. Great. There's a Medusa video in here. Good. We love that. Man. Oh no. It says Knob. That means Brian Knobs. Probably. So we're going to hear Brian Knobs talk. Anyway, that's going to be on Tuesday. I'm going to fucking watch that shit with you. And I'll give my insights. We'll rewind some stuff. I think it's only like 50 minutes. It's 51 minutes of content across all of them. But we'll watch a few things a couple times and see what's going on. It's 1999. I don't think Macho Man is in this, but I hope he is. But I am excited. I'm excited if Goldberg cuts a promo to camera for this. I know there's a Goldberg biography thing, but I think it might just be match highlights because they didn't want to have Goldberg talk into a microphone. I can't fucking wait. This is going to be really bad. All right, I am done panel lining, which means it is time to assemble the Neo Bird mode, aka the flight mode. So we got to take the hands off here. We'll take got to disassemble the hands here, and then we'll reassemble the hands because I think the hand is holding this piece, and I got to get that out there. Lorecraft says WCW was great when they had PCs for wrestlers to chat with fans between matches as a sign of what the internet was like on TV back then. Yes, both major wrestling promotions in the United States had the joint idea that AOL chat rooms were the future. They knew that chatting with wrestlers was a big deal, but also nobody who was a wrestler knew how to type on a computer, so they had to have people help them, which is always been very funny. Always been unbelievably funny that they were like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it. We got some guys on there typing, so don't you worry about it." Not wrong with how big Discord is. Yeah, Lord Crashington, I mean, yeah, again, not particularly super wrong. It's just very funny that they were like, there was never a wrestler who had the gimmick, I'm good with a computer, until hacker characters came in. But like at that time when, AOL was like, you have to have an AOL chat room. You have to have a keyword for your wrestling promotion, and then also a place for people to chat. Okay, so we turn the head around. We pull these out, but we won't pull these off. We pull them out, so we got to do it kind of like this. They're not just as public as AOL chat rooms, so you could try to lie to kids to fuck with them. Yes. The fact that AEW, I'll say this: AEW does not have an official Discord. And it's they do have a place for heels. The women's led for AEW women's fans that want to like buy in do have an official Discord, but AEW doesn't have an official Discord for just whoever, and it's actually a little surprising they haven't done that. I cannot imagine any official wrestling Discord being a good place. Oh, of course not, Lashbrook. It would be awful. But that's never stopped anyone before. Oh, it being a bad idea? We'll get it right. I never knew that. I did remember when MTV had like a spring break content with internet chat. Yes. An official Discord would seem like the most toxic way to engage with a wrestling company. I mean, yeah. I mean, look. AEW still wants you to tweet about the shows. They also put stuff from Threads and Blue Sky, so they post everything. But they still do the like fan, like, oh, here's the things we liked that some fans said. And it's just awful. It's like, fuck off with that. But okay, I guess you got to say that shit. But you could fuck off. All right, so we got to pull these out. We pull this back. We turn this around, and then we lock this back in place. Like that. And then these go back. This goes up. And then something goes down, but I can't tell what goes down. This goes up. And then there's an arrow pointing at something. But I don't know. I don't know what. I'm confused. So right here, there is an arrow that goes up because like these lift up, and then there's something that comes down, but I don't know what. Like, does it like that? I think maybe that's what they mean. They want to go like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what they want, so I'm gonna do it like that, and we'll see later. At least on social media, you're not expecting them to engage. Yes, yeah. But it's still one of those things where I'm like, what are we doing here? So I don't know. These went up, and maybe the legs are supposed to like come back. I can't tell what this wants from me on the back part of this, but also it'll be fine. This will be fine. We're just going to go like that and leave it alone. I don't know what they want from me. So we're just going to do this for now, and then we can mess around with it later. We got to do the shoulder parts here, which is these go up. And then this kind of goes out a little bit, and then it comes down. Like that. Yeah. All right, so that goes like that. And then this does the same thing. This comes up. This goes like that. These pop out some, and then they come down like that. And then the legs have to do stuff. The legs do stuff. this like opens up, and then this pops open. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited. That's going to be fun and silly. I look forward to doing more dumb stuff with that wrestling silly content. All right, so then this is gonna open up. That opened up all the way. Okay, this is gonna turn around like this, and then there's like a thing where it's kind of like opens up some. And it like holds in this. So you can see the feet had rocket boosters in them the whole time. And then that is apparently gonna lock back in place, but it kind of doesn't, as much as I think it was supposed to. But maybe it isn't. Maybe this is how much is supposed to go back. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. And then so yeah, that's like that. Look at this. And then these, I know that these open up. Like this. Which is cool. We think this is cool. We think this is very cool. Oh, head's got to go like that. This is probably the coolest part of the Wing Zero, is the fact that the booster rockets here in the back kind of fold open like this and become cool rockets. And then this twists. It's going to open up some, which I'm not going to worry too much about. Okay. And then, oh, I think this was supposed to like go like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it goes like that. And then it goes like that. Those go like that. These open up, and they're supposed to stay up, but this one's not really doing it. As far as real grades go, this is a pretty good transformation. You know, I'm not expecting a ton from it, but it's going pretty good here. And then this is the last part here. We need to get this going. So these go up, and this moves like that, and then this is supposed to pop open, but I'm having trouble. There we go. Like that. So that then they can go like this. And then there's a little piece here that needs to pop out. There it is. And then that goes in like that. That's all that is. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. This just turned around a little bit, and then this is going to go on here and become the front of our mode. Yep, there it goes. Locks in place. And then you put it on a stand, right? You just put it on a stand and you're ready to go. And that's it. And there are decals or decals that you can put on. There are various decals here. As you see all these, some water slides that I don't plan on doing because that's not my vibe. And there are a few that are regular stickers that you can put on as well if you feel like doing that. But I don't feel like doing that, so I'm not going to. And that's it. There are beam sabers. We never looked at the beam sabers. They're green. They're good. Good green saber. Good beam sabers. Yeah, I think this looks neat. Hold on. I'm gonna go get a stand to put this on, because you can take that part off and put it on a stand. So hold on. I'm going pre-show because I got to stand up. Got to stand up and walk over to a stand here. Let's get this here. Okay. Should do. All right, I'm coming back. Don't worry. And I'm back. Great. We got a stand here. I don't remember how this part comes off. Oh, it just goes like that. Great. There. Whoop, that seems top heavy because it is. So we can do it like that. I'm probably gonna have to change the angle on here to like that. Yeah, there you go. I mean, look, all flight modes just look like the kit laid down, right? Like that's all they ever really do. Or folded in half. Like that's generally all you get. So if it looks even kind of good, because they're designed to look cool on the show, right? Or in the manga. And they're not designed with the idea that someday someone's going to have to figure out how to make that into a thing. So it's always kind of weird. But I like it. I think it turned out pretty good. I think the weapons are great. I really love that this is all plastic. These aren't stickers. That's always a wonderful thing, and especially in real grades, nice to have that. And yeah, for the most part, this is just looking rad as hell. And that's it. I'm going to scoot in here because I did get up and then sat back down. That is the Wing Gundam Zero real grade. I think I like the Epion better as far as real grades from Wing in the last couple of years. And above those two, I think the new Gundam is one of the best real grades that has ever come out. And also the God Gundam was really good as a real grade. That's now a couple of years ago, but that was a really good real grade. And of course, just because it's a good time to talk about it, the Sazabi real grade is the best real grade they ever made. Nothing comes close. I think there's nothing better than that as far as real grades go. If you were going to do a real grade, it should be the Sazabi. That is the best real grade they've ever put out. But yeah, pretty okay. I'm going to take a photo of this. Okay. XX wants me to, Nike wants me to hydrate, which I will do after I ring the bell. I'm going to ring a physical bell, which is a great thing to do after we're done here. I'm going to do that. I rang a physical bell because I own a physical bell. Remember when I had that gong, that decorative gong, because my roommate moved out and left that gong? And then I was like, you know what I don't want to keep doing? Hitting this gong. So I bought a bell instead. I'm going to drink some water now. Thank you for using your channel points to force me to hydrate. I need it. Lastbrick says, I wasn't really interested before, but I kind of want this kit now. I think I prefer the EW version, but that's a real early real grade. No idea if it's a hand grenade. My memories is that one isn't great, and the Wing, the original Wing, which is one of the earliest real grades, is also not great. I remember those being not particularly fantastic, but I think this one is good. Now, would I have bought this if I didn't use gift cards because it won a poll? Eventually, yes, I would have bought this. We do need a new MG Wing EW. Yep, yeah. I thought about the other day when I saw the theater kid that lives candy cornered in my unit walking to his car with a mini gong. Wow, dirty. God. Yeah, for those who don't know, I had a little tiny desk gong that was like this big, this tall. It was this tall maybe, and it had a little hammer that came with it. And my roommate bought it for, I assume, sketch comedy reasons, but he left it at the apartment when he moved out. And I was like, well, there was a streamer at the time, I don't remember which one, but there was a Hearthstone streamer that had a bell that you hit the top of, like at a when you want somebody who is in the back to come to the front, or you want to get a bellhop to show up. And they had that, and you could give money, and then he would hit that. And I was like, oh, I should get like a physical bell and make it channel points, because I don't want to use this gong anymore. I didn't. All right, let me take a photo of this. I didn't want to use that gong anymore. Lord Crashin wants me to dance button, which I will. Thank you for using your channel points, which makes me do this, a new song every month, and then I will hit the yeah button after that. Thank you, John. But first, I'm going to take a photo while the dance music plays. Thank you. Also, hi, John. Happy to have you here. And hi, Dirty. Happy to have you here. And of course, Nike, welcome. Welcome. All right, let me get a good photo of this thing here. Happy Saturday to you. All right, I'm gonna trying to get a good photo of this. That's good. Let's try this here. I did, Lord Crashington. Thank you for the call out. I did. This is not the first time that I have done that. It is not the first time, and unfortunately, I fear it will not be the last time. So then, we go and... the danger of the setup. Indeed. I try my best to change that. Okay. Settings. We're gonna go to this camera here. We're literally going to this camera so that I don't accidentally put it on the other camera while I'm doing this. Settings. Let's see. Face and ID. Oh yeah, we gotta do passcode. I'm just gonna look it up on the phone. Face and ID passcode. Okay. And then we've got to change passcode. Okay. And then enter new passcode. And hit use anyway. Okay. Theoretically, that worked. John says, that's why I make my passcode 0000. Yes, indeed. All right. And then I'm going to expire previous passcode now. So I have to remember what the new one is. Am I going to be entering the old one for the next month and a half every once in a while? Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's just the price of doing business, is I'm going to mess that up. But I had to change it because some of all of it was just noticeable, and that is very frustrating. All right, we got to center that back up here. Anyway, hey, we got a bunch of people watching tonight. I'm not quite sure what's up, but welcome everybody. Happy you're here. Thanks for joining me. Very nice to see you on this fine Saturday. Maybe you're dealing with the Discord thing where some of the channels aren't working for some people. I don't know if they fixed that. Did Discord fix that? Did they fix that shit? Maybe they did. I don't know. But they were running into a problem there. All right, let's bring up the next thing we're going to be working on because we finished the Wing Zero. Once worked somewhere that every laptop had the same password of A at 1234556. Yeah, I have So you may remember, I've talked about this before, that I worked IT as a summer gig at a place that did not need as many people working IT as they had, which ruled. Because we just played Network Doom most of the day. Because here's the number one thing that would go wrong at this company was the photocopiers, which we were not allowed to touch by law. Company policy, not law, but company policy. We couldn't touch the photocopiers because they were, we had to call the people. Basically, we had to say, here's the number. You have to have your manager call this number, and then a technician will come out. We can't touch them. But we could reconnect printers to the network was the number 2. The number 3 was reconnect computers to the network. And then number 4 was like occasionally I can't get this computer to log me in. Okay. Did you use this? Oh, now it's working. Okay, great. But that was my first time running into people who were just like, well, can you make it so I don't have to like log in? And my manager being like, no, you have to log in. The idea is you can log in on any computer in the office and you can remote in. And then people be like, well, I don't have a computer. And it's like, okay, but you might get one. What are we doing here? All right, so we are working on the mega Renegade Banshee, which is from the Halo TV series, which I have not watched. I know nothing of the TV show. There's a character on here, and I'm like, I don't know I don't know these guys. I don't know this dude. This dude has a fucking... Wait, this guy's got a fucking revolver? This guy's got a fucking revolver in this bag. Bag 1. Guy with a revolver. Dude with a Halo sword. That's bag 1. And then bag 2, 3, and 4 are various parts. So we'll get into that as we build here. The box is fancy. I believe that this Renegade Banshee was an exclusive for Amazon. This was an Amazon exclusive. This is a Paramount Plus original. I've never had Paramount Plus. So I never saw this. I did not try to find it in another venue. Apparently, you can take these apart if you wanted to. I don't know why you would. I don't plan on doing that. And then also they come with instead of stands, they come with parts here to put them together. I'm going to try to do this away from the microphone, so hopefully everything will be cool. This is rubber. This jacket is rubber. This man has a revolver. In Halo? Is this John Halo? I've heard so much about him. Again, I don't know who this is. But he's got... Oh, they put a little bit of, like, burn damage on this. They added a little effect there. That's kind of fun. We like that. Got a little bit of effect there. And then this guy's got the old beam sword, which we like. We like that around here. Oh, his legs bend back. Cool. Not John Halo, but his friend from private school. Okay. Yeah, I don't know the lore. All right, great. We got this guy. Put him on here. We can have him stand like this. Action pose, ready to go with that. And then we got this guy with his revolver. Ready to shoot as well. Whoops. Slid right out from under me. I tried to get quick on it instead of taking my sweet ass time on this. Okay, we'll try this here. We'll do it like this. There we go. A little wide. Here. This is not great. These are not great on the stepping them down. All right, great. Oh, it's Jean Hello. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate that. Lasper says he's a dude who failed out of the Spartan program and became a pirate or whatever. Okay, so that's why he's got a revolver, because he's a pirate or something. And then Dirty says, played the character actor Bokeem Woodbine, who I can't ever see as anyone other than his character in The Big Hit. Okay. All right, so we got these guys. And then we got the one crafted piece here that they were like, we're not making this out of brick. Which is fine. And now we open up bag 2. That's bag 1. Here's bag 2. I like Mega Constructs, the Mega line. I think Mega are, if you are trying to buy stuff that is not Lego, you want to build some bricks that are not Lego, then this is the way to go. I didn't mean that for that to rhyme. I'm going to get my brick separator here. Hold on. There we go. One of these is the this is the Mega one. This one is the Hot Wheels one, and they just ripped off the Mega. So this is the Mega brick separator, which we'll use. We will call these brick kits. We're doing some brick assembly. That is the that is the term for all of these, where you don't want to say Lego because you're not building Lego. You're building something else. One thing that I really genuinely like about these kinds of kits, which we can talk about here, is this kind of like, here's where the parts go, and here's the color, this covers this up, this is the thing to be important there, that goes there, this goes there. I like that a lot. I'm sorry that we're getting like, it shouldn't be doing anything auto, but for whatever reason, sometimes when I put paper like this in front, things get darker, and I don't have it set to do that. I'll have to look in my settings on the camera. It's certainly not set to do that in OBS, but the camera occasionally does that. It's not autofocus, it's like auto white balancing, and I don't want it to auto white balance. I have it set on the white balance. I'll have to redo that and then see it in the settings, but I'll put I might not do that until I am, because here's the thing. For those who don't know, for the month of February and a couple days into March, I will be in another room that is not this room. And while I am there, the lighting will be different. So I'm going to have to white balance when I get in there anyway. So I might just wait, because I only have Monday and Thursday left in this room, for a month, and then of course Tuesday stream, but I don't need the overhead camera for Tuesday stream. Reminder, on Tuesday we're looking at that WCW cyber ring thing. That's going to be very silly. Tuesday might be must watch, as we are looking at what was until yesterday lost media again. There was limited footage of with the blue screen up of those guys wrestling. There is limited footage of that, and it's not like this CD-ROM was never watched. It just wasn't archived properly because it was DRM. Like the DRM stuff just wasn't cracked. It was not a priority by anybody, but now it is. So all the footage from that CD-ROM is now readily available. People act in like 2026 when people were like, or even 2015, people were like, what, it's online only, what are you talking about? That's what this disc was in 1999. If you put this disc into a computer that wasn't on the internet, it was worthless. Now I should say that disc that we're talking about did come in the mail with a magazine, so it's not like it was something that somebody bought and then was like furious to find out didn't work. It was free, but if your computer didn't have internet access, then it was just like a CD-ROM that you couldn't use. It's like, oh, take it to the fucking library, I guess, because otherwise it's not working. Very strange. This will not be a long build. I will do a poll for my $10 patrons probably tomorrow about what I work on next. I don't think we're going to finish it tonight, but we're definitely going to finish this up on Monday, and I'll need something new to start. So we'll do that. But yeah, I don't expect this to be a long build, but it was on sale the other day or a couple months ago, and I was like, yeah, I want to build this. This seems like a silly thing for me to put together. I do like the Banshee. Look, is the Banshee better than the Ghost? Fucking course not. I'm not crazy. The Ghost is clearly a better vehicle than the Banshee, but the Banshee's like pretty fucking cool. It's pretty good. But yeah, I'm not bonkers. Of course I think the Ghost is a better vehicle. No, don't worry about it. I've got bad opinions on things, but not that one. Obviously, the Ghost rules. I played a lot of Halo and a lot of Halo 2 and some Halo 3, but not as much. But I definitely played enough Halo and Halo 2 to appreciate the Ghost. All right, we'll put this on here, we'll put this on there. Then I need... This is coming together pretty nice and easy. I do have the brick separator if we need it. And luckily, this bag didn't have too much to knoll, not too many colors to deal with. I don't know about extra pieces. Mega sometimes has extra pieces, and sometimes they don't. So you kind of just have to wait and see. I do like how Mega comes together. They're not... Look, obviously, they're not better than Lego. I don't prefer them. I would like to find another one of the Mattel Brick Factory or whatever they're called. I think that's what it was. That was pretty cool. If you didn't see that, it's in my VODs, and it came with a Hot Wheels car. I built this car out of brick, and then it came with the Hot Wheels car, which I've kept because I haven't owned a Hot Wheels car in a very long time. And I was like, that's neat. And that is leveraging what you've got, right? If you have the licenses to cars for that, then you can include them, and that sets you apart from other companies. I thought that was pretty damn cool. Is there anything I need to say here news-wise? There's not much news going on. A couple quick things. It's the 25th anniversary of RuneScape. And apparently, in those 25 years, RuneScape has made $3 billion in revenue lifetime in 25 years, which is fucking a lot of money for an MMO. And that also includes old school RuneScape. I should make it clear. It's between the two RuneScapes. Both RuneScapes have combined made a total of that. And that, I feel like that is an important caveat in there, because some people were like, what? So, yeah, in 25 years, the RuneScape franchise has made $3 billion. Let's see. This is UK industry trade body. UK Interactive Entertainment shared the news of the milestone from Jagex. Apparently, there are over 600 people working at that studio on various things, which is a lot of people. This quote kind of fucked with me a little bit. It's incredible to think a quarter century has passed since RuneScape's beginnings as a Java-based browser game. The CEO said in an announcement, today we're speaking to the largest and most active RuneScape community in our history, and this milestone is as much theirs as is ours. It started as a Java browser game. Which, yeah, it did, but like, that's just so fucking wild. Last week, they announced RS25, a celebration event commemorating the anniversary with a series of live streams and updates about RuneScape, old school RuneScape. and RuneScape Dragon Wilds. I forgot. Pardon me for not mentioning the load-bearing RuneScape Dragon Wilds, a thing I don't know anything about, and so my apologies. I don't know what that is. But I'm happy for everybody involved. All right, I'm going to put this on here. This is going to go like this. Then this goes like that. No. Oh, this goes like this. And then this goes like that. Is that how that goes? Yeah. Okay. All right. It does show me what it's supposed to look like when it's done, which is nice. You don't have to turn the page and then go, oh shit, I fucked it up. And then come back. All right. So yeah, right now we're building out this Banshee here. Also, look, this is a cool thing. We're talking about this as being a cool thing. They did have layoffs last year for people who were apparently not game developer roles, and they did not disclose how many people that was. But apparently it was a lot of administrative support teams and operation teams. And then, of course, they also have scaled back their Pride events, to which they said it was correcting because they had the Pride events and there was a lot of backlash to the Pride event, so they removed it. And then they knew that there would be backlash to removing it, but they were like, well, this is just... So it's like, okay, so it's okay to remove a thing because of backlash, but it's not okay for there to be backlash about removing it, which doesn't seem to make any sense. But of course, why would it make sense? It's just fuckers saying shit. So there's that. One of these, one of these, one of these, and one of these. All right. But yeah, still big milestone for them. That's a lot of money over the years. 25 years, RuneScape, kind of wild. Let's see. When is that supposed to come out here? Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time, there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct. And it's just about Super Mario Galaxy, the movie. It's that's all it is. It's not anything else. If you were like, oh, this is going to be their big spring lineup, this is going to be their big, this is look ahead. I got to make sure I'm using the right colors here. Okay, so that's a black piece there. These two are different colors. These two are different colors. Sometimes a little tough to tell. Wanted to make sure. But yeah, so there's going to be it's just about Super Mario Galaxy the movie. Nothing about Switch 2. And, it'll be Miyamoto talking about the movie and being fucking stoked about the movie. And that's nice. It's nice to see. So that's it. So if you see people talking tomorrow about Nintendo stuff, that's all they're going to be talking about. I don't think there's going to be anything else about it, but you will see some conversation about that. Sunday morning is an odd time, but I don't know. I think they probably just want to squeeze it in, or something was going to go out. An exclusive look at the Mario Galaxy movie ahead of the April 3rd release. And we haven't really seen much about it outside of the trailer. Yeah. Somebody joked that, well, Chris Pratt is in a really bad movie this weekend, so maybe they want to get out. They want to get. They're expecting people to just be talking shit about Chris Pratt, and so they want to get some people talking about the movie instead of just him. And I was like, if they thought that way, then they would just have someone else do it. because Chris Pratt's going to make bad movies, bad conservative-leaned movies. Like, he's just going to make bad things. I don't think he has in his contract with Nintendo that they get a say in what movies he makes. They must know that he's just going to keep making bad things. But who knows? Maybe they do have a say. But yeah, I like that fan theory that they're just trying to get out in front of the bad press that he's going to be getting with his shitty AI movie. It's a movie about AI. I don't know if AI was used to make it. I don't want to say that, but I believe that there's AI on trial or some dumb shit like that. It's something like that. I don't know. I don't know anything about Mercy that has like a 3 in it or something to that effect. I'm sure there are people excited about the Mario movies, but I got bored halfway through the first movie. Yes, John, they are called children, and they are fucking stoked, my guy. They are so excited for more Mario movie because they liked the first one. Did all kids like it? Of course not. Kids are not a monolith. But in general, did kids enjoy that movie? Yeah, yes, they did. They liked that shit. They like that shit, and they're excited for more of that shit. All right, so that wasn't supposed to be gray. What? Only one more of these? I don't know. I think this one... These look just similarly colored to me, and I don't like that. That's supposed to be black, and that one's supposed to be purple. Okay. So this one was supposed to be purple in there. I messed that up. Would rather watch the Hopkins live action? Yeah, I'm John. I mean, like, look, I'm not saying that, like, oh, these are good movies, you're wrong. I'm just saying that the target demographic for those movies like those movies. And so, like, yeah, they're going to keep making them. Look, they'll make them beyond when people like them, for sure. But they're going to keep making them because the target demographic... it made a lot of money, but also did very well with the target audience, which is kids. Look, I would love it if more kids movies were fucking phenomenal because they can be. They can come out and be tremendous and unbelievable. That is a thing that is possible. I am not trying to say that it's not possible, but I don't know. I liked some dumbass movies when I was a kid. I'd like to think that as a Nintendo shareholder, I hope it makes a lot of money. There you go. Yeah. I'd like to think that that I have been able to understand when sometimes movies that I liked as a kid turned out are not good. Like Masters of the Universe, the He-Man live action movie. Not the new one, not the He-Him Man, the He-Man movie from my childhood. He's bad. I thought that movie fucking whipped ass. He-Man in our world? Hell yeah. That's what I thought. It's an isekai. Only it's He-Man. But I don't know. I think I was a dumb kid. I was a dumbass kid. So, what do I know? As a kid, I really liked Iron Eagle. Yeah. I mean, in some instances, I liked stuff that turned out to be pretty fucking rad. Like, is Beastmaster a good movie? No, but it's a good movie. That's a good time. Beastmaster is fun. That's a fun romp. It's not a good movie, but I think it's like cool and fun. He's got ferrets. I thought that was great as a kid, and then as an adult, I think that's also great. Trained ferrets in a movie, I think that's fun. That's a fun time. We're going to take a pause for the cause here. We'll come back and continue to work on this thing. But I do need an opportunity to talk to you about ways you can support the channel, and then we gotta get all this together and do other things. Where those pieces go? There you go. Sorry. Before we do that, This is my opportunity to talk to you about ways you can support the channel. Everything I'm about to talk about here is optional. You're under no obligation to do any of these things. But if you'd like to, that would be a great idea. It would really help me out. I'd appreciate it. First and foremost, if you are currently a subscriber to the Build with Bear workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 blue emote in chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, you get a token. You can use that for anybody. If you wanted to use it for me, your friend Pat, well, that would be great. Love that. It would be so nice. You don't have to, but you could. And thank you for everybody who is a subscriber and throwing those emotes in there, because Xandra made those. Friend of the stream, Xandra. We love Xandra here, and we are happy that Xandra made cool emotes for me. Just neat, like just fun. To me, as a Death Scythe and a Lego Man and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. And then also my logo, which I have used so many places. It's been on buttons. Dang, logos on buttons. I gotta make more I don't go anywhere to give out buttons, but I do need to make my logo on buttons again. They're just nice to have. Anyway, supporting me here through a gifted sub, because we're currently at 30 subscribers, and the goal is to get to 40, and you can help me get to that goal. And then up until I have to try to get to 90 for my subathon, I'll shut up. But, yeah, you can do that. There are other ways to support me here. Gifting a sub, becoming a member here, bits and coins, always appreciated. This is the easiest way to support me because you're already here. There it is. I couldn't find the Nightbot command. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. Oops, what happened there? Jeez. I hit the wrong thing. There we go. I'm copying and pasting the right thing. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. Over on my Patreon, there is a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. Tomorrow, I am making a video for my all my patrons, my $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier patrons. They're getting a video of a variety of questions answered. 2 questions answered that they asked me. That is the thing I do. It's the only exclusive content I make, and it is a little Q&A thing for folks. So if that entices you to join the Patreon, you could at any tier. Over on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/PatBear, you can of course subscribe for free. I post videos there all the time. You should jump in on the videos. While you're there on my YouTube, consider becoming a member. For just $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So you get videos a day before other people get to see them. So that I think is pretty neat. My Wednesday series we'll talk more about in a little bit, but I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's a good time. I'm actually just checking a quick thing here. Hold on, sorry. Let's just see how that ended up doing. Oh, good. Okay. We're up to 1,000 views on that video. Considering that I had to delete it and re-upload it, that's great. Love that. Anyway, yeah, so if you want to chip in $2 a month on YouTube, that's a thing you could do. You know, get memberships. It's a pretty inexpensive membership, honestly. And everything I make through YouTube and Patreon and Twitch all goes into a fund. Along with that, if you wanted to throw something in, you could do that like a tip jar. You could throw something into my Ko-Fi or my PayPal. And everything I collect goes back into this. The adapter that I bought, the new breakout box I bought for my overhead camera, came from those funds. This thing that I'm building here, the Renegade Banshee, I'm building because of your generosity. Past you is helping out present me. I got a backlog full of cool shit. I have been told that something from my Amazon wish list has been purchased and will be arriving any day now, which is great. If it arrives before I do my poll, it'll be the next thing I work on. Otherwise, I'll have something else for Monday. But if you want to buy something, have it jump the queue and become the next thing that I build, you can go over to my Amazon wish list and see if there's something there that strikes your fancy. I've got model kits and Lego sets, inexpensive kits. I put some expensive stuff in there as well. I always do. I always try to put a mix in there. I've got some gear if you want to buy some stuff to help support the channel. I am very much interested in these Blokies. They're a company I've never bought from before, but I've heard very good things about these Transformers. That's on my wish list. I'd be more than interested in doing that. At some point, I'm going to have to get one of those, so you could force me to do it before I eventually buy one. But I got Lego sets and model kits and fake Lego and very expensive things and stuff that's like, yeah, it's like $30. That's pricey. The Gundam Seed Freedom Zagok, the Seed Freedom version of the Zagok, there is still a coupon right now. You can still get that for cheap. I might end up just getting that, but you could get that and have me build it. If you wanted to, you could. You could do that. The Lego Flamenco is still in there if you want me to build that. There are things out there. I'd be happy to build it. I do have an alternative to Amazon, which is I have a wish list on Throne, because it is nice to have alternatives, because some people don't want to fucking use Amazon, and I get it. And then, of course, the convoluted way to support me financially, the most convoluted way, if like just subscribing to a thing or buying an item off a wish list, if that doesn't work for you, you can go to USA Gundam Store. And at USA Gundam Store, you can buy a gift card. They will send you an email with the gift card code. Then you can send me a whisper on Twitch or a DM on Twitter or Blue Sky or Mastodon with that gift card code. And then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. It's that simple. It just works. So you could do that if you wanted to. You don't have to, but you could. If you want to support me but not spend any money, I've got a Discord. You're more than welcome to come hang out on that Discord. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. My Discord is nice, and we would love to have you hang out. If you want to hang out there, it would be neat. Couple video links for you to check out. So there's a lot of isekai out this season between movies, TV shows, and OVAs and specials. There are 14 isekai out this season, and I talk about all of them in a video. I tell you which ones I'm watching, which ones I might end up checking out later, and which ones I'm skipping, because no thanks. So you should check that out, and so we can see if there's something there that you also want to check out. And then Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series, where every week I put a video up recommending an anime. I literally, for this one, which was the final season of My Hero Academia, which was my favorite anime of 2025, I had someone post, I don't remember why I stopped watching this show, but I picked it back up again. Thanks. And to that effect. And it's just like, I don't know. That's gonna fuel me for months. That's going to, like, I do have this position because I have weird self-confidence. Negative comments are from losers, and they are wrong. Constructive criticism that comes out like negative criticism can be okay. I can take that. But I don't care about people that are writing mean things about what I do are dumb. But when people write nice things, I don't forget it. I am not one of those people that like ignores the positive and focuses on the negative. I crave the positive. I want to know that people like the things that I do, and when they tell me they like it, it makes me happy. I don't assume that people hate the things that I make. I assume that people aren't looking at it. They just aren't. They're just like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I watched 45 seconds of that 50-second video. Swipe. I'm good. I'm going to the next thing. But when people are like, oh, shit, that anime sounds awesome. I'll watch that. It's like, yeah, all right, great. Please. Good. Cool. The other day, a friend of mine texted me and they were like, Pat, that song you posted was really fucking wild and cool. And just like unbelievably positive. What's up with who is Narissa Ravencroft? And so I got to over text explain who a VTuber is to a friend of mine, because I posted their English language version of a song about Live 2D, the app Live 2D, commissioned Narissa Ravencroft, the VTuber, to sing their anniversary song because it's their anniversary of the company, of the software. And they had a song about creating. And it's lovely. And I posted that on Blue Sky, and a friend of mine was like, I really liked it. She's got a great voice. Who is that? And how do I listen to more? And I was like, she's on Spotify. And now she just put a song out today that is about a yandere girl. And so I can't wait for my friend to hear her new song and be like, Pat, what is happening? I can't wait for that. That's going to come because I posted a thing out there saying, this is good. And someone believed me and checked it out. It makes me so fucking happy. You know. I was about to say you have no idea. You have a very good idea because I won't shut up about it. Anyway, I'm going to talk about 2 anime episodes, one of which I really liked and one I thought was pretty good. Before I do that, I do need to drink some water because it's time for that. And then we're gonna finish a little assembly here and then knoll some more. I don't think we're going to finish this tonight, but we're definitely going to finish it like almost immediately on Monday. Anyway, to do all that, we got to dramatically transition back to the overhead camera. We'll do that now. Here we go. All right. Let's talk about Easygoing Territory Defense by the Optimistic Lord and Frieren Beyond Journey's End Season 2. I should change that to say Season 2. I'm going to change that so it says Season 2. You won't see it say Season 2, but it'll say Season 2 in my notes here because I want to make sure people understand that I'm talking about, hey, Frieren Season 2 is fucking out there, and if you didn't know that, now you know that, and you can plan accordingly to, like, watch a great show. The 2 episodes in, my favorite anime of the year. A thing that will be in the summer when I do my, like, here's my thoughts on, like, here's my 5 favorite shows. Haven't started season 2 yet. I kind of want to rewatch season 1. I mean, I would say that the magic exam arc is fucking cool, but you could maybe you don't have to watch that, and you could just watch up until that point and then just read like a summary of that. There is some fucking great animation, but it's not my favorite of that first season. I think the moment to moment stuff and other things just hits way harder. But that's me, you know. That's just how I feel. All right, let's null here. But yeah, season 2 is up. Anyway, first we need to talk about episode 1 of Easygoing Territory Defense by the Optimistic Lord, and I got to bring that up. So, our guy Van can use creation magic, which is awesome. And also, he has an unbelievable amount of mana, so he can create things that most people would never be able to do. People that are also have creation abilities can't do the shit he can do because he is very talented. Also, he was isekai, so he's got Japanese imagination, which is, I guess, great for picturing things. Anyway, his dad only cares about magic that can be used for military applications. Doesn't even bother to find out that Van, with Van's knowledge and mana pool, he would be outstanding. Also, a reminder that Van was unbelievable, was considered to be a genius up until this was found out. Anyway, he got banished. He immediately saves the day with some people. Some adventurers decide they're going to stay around because Van seems really cool, so they're going to hang out with Van and work for Van, which is great. And then also, he starts just making houses, and he makes a bunch of weapons, and he's got a good support system. He's got a legendary former knight turned butler, just a bunch of stuff. He makes a bunch of houses, and he's like, okay, I have a bunch of wood, and then eventually I will start customizing it to the various families because, hey, I understand y'all are going to need stone. Like, once I get some stone, then I can really, like, dial this in. But in the meantime, just, hey, let me do what I got to do, and then, you know, we'll take it from there. Which is already phenomenal. It's already an insane thing that he can do all that, and people are fucking stoked about that shit. They're stoked that he's doing it. But yeah, our guy knows what's up. Some of his guys start collecting lumber, gathering lumber so that he can build houses, and of course, there's a big competitive nature between them. Let's see. He makes a public bathhouse, and we do get a scene where, like, someone isn't embarrassed to be going into the bathhouse, and our guy Van is just a child. Of course, he is also an adult, but reincarnated, but he's also a child, and, you know, he's definitely, like, bashful about that stuff. Let's see. They build a canal to divert water from the river so they can get fresh water, which is great. And then also, Van creates room for a giant lake because he's like, well, there might be drought someday, so we should, like, plan ahead for that. Already, this frontier village, which has huge walls that he's erected around it and big houses that people are living in, and now a lake and a river for that and a bathhouse. Our guy Van has already made the coolest shit imaginable that anyone would be fucking jealous of. He's already fucking wild. Let's see. The village is visited by a lady of the kingdom, Lady Panamera, who is a brash, like, this is a Onesan. This is an older, like, a cool older sister type. We got, like, this, like, she is a lady knight that is, like, well respected and cool, and with her is a young lady named Lady Arut, who is just like a young child who is probably around Van's age. Let's see. So they're there. They're heading there. The next day, hey, they dealt with bandits in the first episode. More bandits show up because, of course, they did. And so Van is able to turn the earth wall into a bunch of walls of concrete. And then he also makes some giant siege weapons, which I will say this: the inanimated, once animated, looked pretty fucking rad. That looked pretty damn cool. So yeah, he makes a bunch of siege weapons to go against the bandits. Let's see. And then Van is like, you know, we probably need to, like, figure out the economy. Obviously, he can create things, but they probably need to figure out something else that they can make, because, like, for the future, because they can't just rely on his skill for prosperity. So he's playing around with a bunch of ideas. And while a bunch of the adventurers are testing out their weapons that he made, Ortho is just like, hey, the mountains around here have a lot of ore. There's fucking mithril around here. So our guy makes a bunch of mithril weapons, which is great. And the ore is just kind of out and about, which makes Esparta the older butler, who is clearly very skilled in his own right, as I said. He just, like, figures, like, oh, there's probably a dungeon around here. which would be on Van's land, which on the one hand, great, right? Natural resources, it's gonna become a dungeon town. It's gonna make a lot of money. There will be, people will show up to want to explore the dungeon. It's very good. But on the other hand, on the other side of things, other nations might want this land and to seize the dungeon, right? This undiscovered dungeon. And also, Van's dad could decide like, hey, what? This frontier place I dumped you in has something I want? Get out of here. I'm taking over, and just seize everything he made because, his father is the one that put him in charge of this place. So he could certainly decide it. It's technically his father's town. So the adventurers are like, okay, we're going to pretend like we did not find a dungeon because until we set foot in it, we don't have to report to any guild about it. So for now, they're tabling that and they'll deal with it later. Meanwhile, some monsters that are called armored lizards start showing up. And Van's just like, hey, everybody chill out. Be cool. I made these cool new walls. We'll be okay. And that's the cliffhanger, is everyone freaking out about that. So groundwork here. The character of Arut is going to be more important later. This girl, she will be more important. They kind of just say like, oh yeah, these people are around. They will become more important as things go on. Both of the sisters. And yeah, things are right now looking pretty fun. Very light, very easy to watch. Again, there was some cool animation that I did enjoy. But if you do not like this style, like this is not going to change your mind about overpowered main characters in the banished subgenre, the banished isekai thing. Like, this isn't going to change your worldview on these and make you go like, well, I didn't like these kinds of shows, but now I do like them. Like, this isn't going to do it for you. I am no-ling bags 3 and 4. This is one of those things where they're like, oh, yeah, open up these 2 bags. It's like, well, why did you make them 2 bags? Now, you made them 2 bags because it was easier for you to sort, but that doesn't make it easier for me if you do that. I don't enjoy that when they're like, oh yeah, we got these 2 bags. Open up both of them. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like it. But yeah, that was good. That was a good time. I did enjoy that episode. I do recommend it. It is a chill series that I'm having fun with. So maybe you would also have fun with it. I don't know. I'm not the boss of you. I don't make the rules on that. But if you are looking for something low key, that might be the anime for you to check out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I am doing the no-ling here to make my life easier, so I can find these pieces when I'm looking for them. A lot easier. Instead of just having a pile and digging through a pile, which some people absolutely love to do. They just have a bowl or whatever, or a container, like a plastic container, they just dump all of their pieces into, open all the bags at once, dump it all in there. That's not my style. That's not how I do things. If I have quite a few pieces like this, I do like to do the proper no-ling here. Just makes things easier. It makes it easier to find them later. All right, so we'll get that there. And we will talk about that episode of Frieren in just a moment. Do that. And then we can do this. And this here. Great. All there. Should be easy to find all of this purpose. So yeah. Let's move on here. We're starting with something new. We got this part built. Now we'll work on this new part here. Oh no, I got 2 more pieces to put on here. This. Almost missed this step. Silly me. Important part of the Banshee. And then let's talk about Frieren. This episode of Frieren here. This is the second episode of and also I looked it up because I'm trying to keep track of this. It's the second episode and also the 30th episode. Second episode of season 2, 30th episode overall. I don't know why I've decided that is a thing that I want to keep track of, but it is a thing that I want to keep track of. All right, so we need 2 of these, and we need 2 of these. That and like that. And then we need 1 of these. And then we need 1 of 4x4s. And then we need 1 2x2. And 1 of the a 1x2 with a oh no, I don't know what that is. Is that black color? That is that is a gray. No, these are all the same color. I need 2 of those. These are purple. They're these. Okay. I got to be careful because there are purple and the dark gray similar things, and then so I just have to make sure. Right now this is all purple on purple, so it's okay and we'll be all right, but I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Now this piece goes like this, and then these 2 go here, and this goes there, which means that this goes like this goes like this, and that goes like that. Just making sure I'm doing all this correctly. Yeah, all right. So this is going to go like that. All right, this episode of Frieren. The party is trying to make money. They need money to continue on their quest. They are going to, they're on the long quest to go to the gravesite of the hero. And meanwhile, also fight demons and all that, because they are entering the territory where there's still going to be some demons and the like. But they need money. They need traveling money. So they end up in the town of Fable. And they take a job cleaning a statue of a hero. It is not a statue of Himmel the hero, because they've run into some of those where they don't quite look enough. This is another statue. He's the hero of the South, which Frieren does know about. Frieren is aware of the hero of the South, so we do get to hear Frieren talk a bit about that. Okay, so wait. Why is this? Okay, we need 2 of these. Oh, is one of these? Oh, okay. This is very hard for me to tell, but apparently I need to use this one of these here. This has like a. Wait, I'm gonna look. Okay. Yeah, there's like a print on this, so I need to put this one on here. And then do I have to put the other print? I'm having a lot of trouble seeing what this looks like. I'm actually gonna see if I can find a PDF of this. Renegade, Banshee, Mega PDF. For instructions. Okay, great. There is a PDF from Mattel, because Mattel does own Mega. That's why the brick thing that they put out felt very much like a Mega, and also the brick part separator looks identical. Okay, I am now opening this. I am now looking at the digital instructions. Okay. So it looks like this one is right here, and then this one is this the one that is this color, and this will be on the other side, I think. I think that's what we're doing here. And then this one is just all okay, great. So I'm going to save this. I don't think, hopefully I won't need it, but I am saving this in my stream links stuff. For reference, in case I do need reference, I can look at a photo that is a little easier on my eyes because it is a digital photo. But yeah, it is good to remember. I forget sometimes that Mega is a Mattel property, which makes sense why this is the part separator for Mega. This is the part separator for the Hot Wheels thing that we did, the brick shop. It's like, oh yeah, makes sense that it's just the same thing but a different color. Okay, so Frieren talks about the hero of the South. That was humanity's strongest hero, who defeated 3 of the 7 sages alone, and worked with somebody that we know Shellact, the omniscient from the past there. Defeated that. In a flashback, the hero of the South, Frieren knew the hero of the South because the hero of the South tried to recruit Frieren. And Frieren was like, no, I'm good. I'm going to do I don't want to do that. And then the hero of the South is like, I had to ask. I knew you weren't going to, because I can see the future, and you're going to meet Himmel, and you're going to save the world with him. And apparently, the hero of the South also saw his own death at the hands of Shellact, so it's like a guy who can see the future and a demon that understands everything are eventually going to clash, and the guy who can see the future does not win that fight. But he's like, it's fine. I'm doing a lot of good, and I'm making way for Himmel, so it's okay. So he's accepted his future death. And then the present. So that is just like world building, a fun, cool little story. Like the fact that the best mage in the world, the strongest attack mage, I should say, in the world, was already at one point tried to get recruited into fighting against the demons and wasn't up for it. But then apparently Himmel changed her mind and got her on board, which is just like neat. Is that a purple one? I'm gonna look at. Yeah, that is a purple. Okay, these are purple. Again, there are 1x2s here, 2 different kinds of 1x2s, and I'm like, which one do you want? Purple and dark gray aren't necessarily are pretty obvious looking from here, but in photo don't really look that different to me in my eyes, unfortunately. In the present, they finished the job that they were doing, cleaning up the statue, and so they get paid, and now they're off to a big city. By the Graf Dach, and Frieren is like, I know what's gonna fucking happen here. This is gonna become a whole thing. So Frieren just really wants to get in, get some supplies, and get going, but gets roped into like this celebration. What should just see? Is that purple? That's all. This is purple. Okay, all these people, all these pieces are purple. That's good to know. So gets roped in, and they have a feast, and everyone gets to celebrate that they're here, and it's a whole thing. And she's just like, didn't want to deal with it, but they do get roped into this. And then also they get roped into doing a job. They don't need the money right now to travel, but they do get roped into helping out because a sword has been stolen, which is a family heirloom. And while they're searching, they run into a destroyed village that was destroyed by the sword demon. And the sword demon is still around. And the sword demon is pretending to be a priestess, but as you can probably guess, Frieren sees right through that shit. And then they defeat the Sword Demon, which is pretty rad. It's not like the best fight scene from season 1 or anything close to it, but it's still good. It's still a good goddamn fight scene. It's still like, hell yeah, we're doing it. I don't know, how does this attach? Attaches that? Okay. All right, we did one of these. We got one of these done. And now we're going to do basically the other on the other side, which is almost identical here. So we will get all of that together. They defeat it. It's pretty good. And then they return the sword and get a reward for returning it. And they get a grimoire that contains a spell that turns red apples into green apples, which is something that Frieren is stoked about because, of course, that is Frieren's hobby, is collecting grimoires, because Himmel said that she should get a hobby. So her hobby is collecting grimoires, which is was cute then and continues to be cute now. It's just fun and cute. That is the thing she likes to do because she was so influenced by Himmel. It continues to be the goddamn best. Holy shit, I love it so much. I love it so much. Great episode of Frieren. Again, maybe a little truncated of a fight, but really at this point, they're not worried about shit. They're not worried about fights being tough at this point. That'll come, but right now we're good. We are approaching. It'll take a little while before we get there, if I remember correctly, but we are approaching a bunch of bullshit that'll take a while for them to deal with. That is coming. That is going to be a big meaty chunk of this season of Frieren, is dealing with a demon that is a rough one for them to deal with. And we'll see how they do that. All right. Put this here, this there, and one more of these. There it is. I just did it, so you'd think I would be like, I know exactly what I need to do here. But you'd be wrong. All right, we've got some time left in the stream. Now I want to hear from you, friends, those watching at home. What are you up to? What are you into? What are you playing? What do you got going on? I always love hearing from you about those things and things. Are you staying warm? Are you prepped? Are you under snow and under siege? Are you in a part of the country where you're just like, yeah, people are like, are you okay? And it's like, yes. Like, I was a little cold today. Let me know. I will tell you that I was supposed to get a delivery today, and it didn't come. And then we were waiting, and the delivery window was 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., so the family's just waiting, and nothing's coming. And eventually, I decide I'm going to call the number and get the animated or the automated service thing and figure out what's going on. And that's when I find out they're not coming. They got rescheduled for next week. So I don't have a new microwave come in and installed, and I'm mad about that. The delivery window was 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, I did get, because it got rescheduled, and they didn't tell us, now they're going to call us and let us know when it gets narrowed down to a window. They will call and inform us what that window is going to be. And they're coming next Thursday instead of next Friday, because they pushed it back a whole goddamn week. Which is, as you are well aware, that's annoying. That's really annoying, and it was a really fucking frustrating thing. No, the microwave, I don't believe it's stuck in Texas, John. I think it got delayed at some point, and so the thing got updated, but the notice for us didn't get updated, which is frustrating. So supposedly that's all going to get figured out and delivered on Thursday. Here's hoping it does. We are getting it installed because it is a range microwave. It's one of them big friends. One of them big microwaves that also has the fan and the light and the vent thing and all that. And since it's going above the stove, we're getting that professionally installed, and they're going to take out the old one. They're not going to take it away though, but they will take it out. They will remove it and put the new one in, which is good. We like that. Because taking that old one out is going to be a fucking nightmare. So that's coming at some point. That'll be done, and I'll be very excited. I'm looking forward to that getting done. Because otherwise it's going to be annoying. All right. Okay. So then this has got to go on there. And then this goes. I'm just looking at the PDF right now. I'm liking the fact that I can use the PDF. All right, and then this goes here, like that. And then, did I do that on? Oh, there's a thing I got to put in there. There's one of these clear here, because we don't. This is like negative space. This is supposed to look. We're not supposed to notice that that's there, I think. All right, I'm going to use the PDF here. John says, weather is fine in California, reading the latest Dresden Files book and diligently making my way through Fuga, Melodies of Steel 3. That is a video game that exists. Okay. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I just didn't know. But that is a video game name. So congratulations. I hope it's going well and you're having fun playing through that. All right. So this is like the hangover here. There's a little bit of, okay. So it wants to go like this, like that. I think that's how this wants to go. But then it doesn't. There it is. Okay, so that went like that. And then this one also needs to do the same thing, but then also this peg needs to go into that. So I have to line that up properly and make sure this is lined up right. This is not my favorite assembly of something today. So we'll try it like that. You swear it's a real video game. I believe you, John, but it also does sound like a made-up thing. It sounds both like the most video game name ever and also something you made up. Just for me to go, oh yeah, I hear that's good. And you'd be like, oh, do you? Lashberg says, I spent the day catching up on anime since I didn't watch any last week. I know a lot of people have written it off, but I'm still interested in what the new Samurai Troopers is doing. It's also not as CG as heavy as the trailer would make you think. I didn't love the first episode, but I'm not ready to give up on it either, Lashbrook. I haven't watched episode 2 yet, but I'm not ready to give up on it. So we'll see. Lord Crashing says, we hit a high of 10 degrees today. Oof. And our snow forecast changed to 7 to 12 inches over the next day and a half. So that'll be fun. I started a Metroid-like called Mio Memories in Orbit. That's pretty fun. Nice. In Fallout 4, I have allowed... I didn't take the shot. I didn't kill him. I had our guy, Nick Valentine, shoot the first ghoul. Canonically, in Fallout 4's lore, the first ghoul ever, Eddie Winter, was shot and killed by Nick Valentine. And then I went out there with Nick, completing his quest, and then we went and saved a kidnapped settler. And then Nick was like, hey, you're my best friend, or whatever he says. I can't remember, but it was a nice little moment. We had a good little cathartic moment, he and I, and then he went and now he's just hanging out at Sanctuary Hill along with the other companions that I don't roll around with. But that was good. It was good to hang out with the boy and solve some big problems. Right now, I have gotten a body for Curie. I have helped out emotionally Piper deal with the fact that her little sister just wants to be her. And I have helped Nick kill Eddie Winter. And I have not helped out any. Oh, and I just, there's the companion I'm rolling with that is a mod companion. I have not done anything with anybody else. I think my affinity would just immediately go sky high with a couple people just from the events of the game being done. I have not done any of the DLC. I do eventually have to do it, but that's an undertaking that I don't want to currently do right now. Even with all of the cheats I have, it's just going to take a real long time to go through Nuka World and kill all those people that need to die. Because I don't do the bad things in there. I just, basically, as soon as I can, I just start taking care of all of them. I do not care about them. They are all raiders, and I will take them all out. Lashbrook cooked up all the spaghetti in the house in case I need food. I don't have to heat up. Nice. Yeah, you just have to then reheat it. That makes sense. That way you don't have to boil water, Lashbrook. I think that's fair. And also, you know, it keeps. You'll be able to make use of it later if you need to make use of it later. I think that's reasonable for you. John says, back when I lived somewhere that I had to worry about blizzards, pasta was around if I could use the stove, and Pop-Tarts were around if I couldn't. Yeah. We've got some stuff to heat up if we need to. We do have a generator, and so we can... I would have to... Okay, so we have a grill that I could set up on the covered porch and grill there if I needed to, right? I've got that. I've got everything I need to grill. We have a George Foreman, so we could cook some stuff on that hooked up to the generator if we lost power. The stove... We have a toaster oven. The stove is electric, but I'd have to pull it out of the wall to get the plug out, to plug it in, so that's not good. But we have a little toaster oven, convection oven we could use. Again, we don't have the microwave right now, but that also pull juice. So, and we have gasoline for the generator. But like I said, I'd much rather just be cold and run the grill outside. Because the George Foreman pulls a lot of juice, so I wouldn't necessarily want to use that. But I would if I had to. All right, we're gonna probably wrap this up here with what we've done as far as how we got this Banshee. I remember doing a Blizzard cookout once, and those were the best tasting burgers I've ever had, made mostly because of how terrible it was outside. Yes, there is something about doing grilling in the fucking cold and then being like, hell yeah, I did this. Look at this. Like, it just feels great. All right, this is the amount of work we've got done on our Renegade Banshee here. I will take a photo of this. I'm literally going to go to this screen so that I don't accidentally show you my passcode again. And if you're wondering, Pat, did you enter the wrong one in by habit? Yes, I did immediately. All right, so then we'll take a photo of that. And that is going to do it for tonight's stream. It's warm here in the house. Again, we're going to get a little rain and some wind tomorrow, but nothing nothing terrible, nothing that we have to emotionally prep for or anything. We've got groceries. I've been stocking up on some stuff because my folks are going away, so we could always dip into that. We got ground beef for tacos. I could make that on the if I really needed to make that ground beef on a skillet on if we lost power tomorrow, I could just do it. One, I could do it in the George Foreman with the generator, or two, I could just do it on the with some charcoal if I had to. You're already getting nice buildup. Yeah, well, everybody stay safe out there. The weather, this kind of weather is no joke. So good luck to everybody in that. I hope it all goes well for you. I am going to go raid. That is how we end every stream around here. We end with a raid. We're going to go find someone doing some cool stuff. I'm going to go watch Collision. As John says, we always end with a raid. AEW Collision, which was taped last minute. They decided, hey, let's not go to Texas on Saturday. Let's just tape Collision tonight. So it's got some weird matches of people who are around, including Billy Gunn got booked in a match. Because they were like, Juice Robinson's not going to show up, huh? All right, Billy, you want to be in a match? which is funny to me. Let's see. Giant Bomb Forever is doing some stuff. Let's go hang out. We haven't rated Giant Bomb Forever in a while. Let's go see what they've got going on. Right now, it appears that a Japanese import shooters is what's on the agenda. Which was a quick look from 2009. That's cool. We'll go hang out with Giant Bomb Forever. See some old Giant Bomb stuff. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I hope you had a great night. I had a great time. I will be back on Monday to finish up this Banshee and start something new. As I said, if by the end of tomorrow I don't get something in the mail, which I'm supposedly is coming, I will just run a poll for my patrons instead, my $10 patrons. But I hope that I do get that thing in the mail. Supposedly it's coming, I was told, by the person that sent it. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope that you come back on Monday. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.